Hello dear students, welcome once again to a new session of English learning on college YouTube channel. Dear students, today we are going to discuss a very beautiful poem, a little bit philosophical poem written by Sarojini Naidu, and the title of the poem is Indian Weavers. Dear friends, Indian Weavers is a poem which is prescribed in your first year syllabus, and this poem is a very beautiful, not only for its structure but also for its message. So let's start this poem, and we will start by having a brief introduction to the poet of this poem, Sarojini Naidu. She is also very well known with this title, The Nightingale of India. Born in 1879 and she died in 1949. Dear friends, she is hailed as Bharat Kokila, or the Nightingale of India. She was an illustrious daughter of Mother India. In fact, she donned many roles, like she was a prominent freedom fighter, a political activist. She was also the first woman governor of a state in independent India, that is Uttar Pradesh, and thus she excelled in various roles throughout her life. We can see that apart from being a courageous woman at that time, when women were supposed to be confined in the four walls of home, she became a role model for the emerging modern independent India. But today, above all these social distinctions, we commemorate her for her beautiful lyrical poetry, which was full of fragrance of the Indian soil and culture. आई मीन टू से उनकी जो पोइट्री है, सरोजनी नायडू की पोइट्री है, इट इज़ रिटन इन इंग्लिश, बट जो उनका थीम्स हैं, जो उनका मेटाफर्स हैं, सिमलीज हैं, जो उनका प्रेजेंटेशन है, डिस्क्रिप्शन है, that is all very much Indian. That is why we are able to associate ourselves to understand her poetry, because it is very close to us. It is close, it is imbued मतलब ये रंगी हुई है with our own culture and tradition. She has written memorable poems on the subjects taken from the daily lives of common people. Within our syllabus, we have poem with Indian weavers. This poem, to weaving, which is very integral part of our traditional society. Apart from it, we have poems composed on theme of Krishna and Radha. We have poems about milkmaids. We have poems about palki bearers. So many poems. We have poems about beautiful scenes, landscape of Indian soil. All these things are gloriously presented. Our glorious past, our great culture. ये सारी चीज़ें we can find in her beautiful poetry. If we come to the present poem, Indian Weavers, this poem is very special, dear students. इस poem को समझने के लिए first we should understand the theme of this poem, what the poet is trying to present. देखिए, उन्होंने सरोजनी नायडू ने actually she has taken two kinds of metaphors in this poem. One metaphor is about cycle of life. ध्यान से समझिएगा इस चीज़ को. To understand and to enjoy this poem, it is important to know this thing, that one thing she wants to emphasize is cycle of life. What is cycle of life? From our birth, then we become adult, and then we become old, and then we die, and according to Indian tradition and Indian system, we once again take birth. So it's a cycle which goes on, continuously goes on. and this is these all are temporary phases. बड़ी ही तात्कालिक तात्क्षणिक ये अवस्थाएं होती हैं, phases होती हैं लाइफ की, and we pass from one phase to other phase in a continuous cycle until we attain moksha. इंग्लिश में जिसे हम सैल्वेशन बोल सकते हैं, ये मोक्ष, व्हेन वी गेट दिस, व्हेन वी अचीव दिस, देन वी आर फ्री फ्रॉम दिस साइकिल. नाउ टू यूज दिस साइकिल शी हैज taken another cycle of day and night. And now what happens? Day, morning, then afternoon. Okay, it is in this particular poem morning, afternoon, before after afternoon it is evening, then it is night, and after it once again morning. So 3 points. Morning, so morning as the beginning of day, we can equate it, हम इसको किसके बराबर समझ सकते हैं? It is equal to our childhood. ट्रेडिशनली इट इज़ नॉट नथिंग न्यू. ऐसा नहीं है सरोजनी नायडू ने खुद ये कोई नया चीज़ है. इट इज़ ट्रेडिशनली वी कैन फाइंड दीज रेफरेंसेज इन आवर एंशियंट संस्कृत टेक्स्ट, हिंदी टेक्स्ट, मैनी अदर पोएम्स जिसके अंदर मॉर्निंग को चाइल्डहुड से कंपेयर किया जाता है. सिमिलरली इवनिंग, डस्क टाइम, इट इज़ टाइम ऑफ सेलिब्रेशन, इसको कंपेयर किया जाता है एडल्ट लाइफ से, यंग लाइफ से, सेलिब्रेशन लाइफ से. एंड नाइट विच इज़ डिवाइड ऑफ कलर्स, जिसमें कोई रंग नहीं होता है, विच इज़ ब्लैक, विच बेसिकली मेक्स एवरी वन लुक सेम. तो जहाँ पर सब डिस्टिंक्शंस चेंज हो जाते हैं. दिस नाइट इज़ जनरली एसोसिएटेड विद डेथ. मृत्यु से इसको जोड़ा जाता है. मृत्यु को देखिए, अगर हम देखें एक वर्ड यूज़ किया जाता है काल. ठीक है, दिस वर्ड काल इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देखिए काल, इसका जो रंग है ब्लैक, काला, वो एसोसिएट ट्रेडिशनली इंडियन सिस्टम, फिलोसॉफिकल सिस्टम में किया हुआ है. नाउ as I have begin this discussion, I pointed out 2 lines of metaphor is used. First line is that cycle, and second is associating our life with colors. Okay, I will prefer British spelling. इसी का जो अमेरिकन वर्जन है फ्रेंड्स, वो कलर है. सो डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड. कभी भी आपको ऐसा वेरिएशन देखने को मिले तो देर आर मैनी वर्ड्स विच हैव 2 वेरिएशंस अकॉर्डिंग टू ब्रिटिश एंड अमेरिकन. नॉट ओनली दिस, यू विल फाइंड देर आर मैनी वर्ड्स विच आर चेंज्ड in American or British context. So it goes on. इसमें ज़्यादा confuse होने वाली बात नहीं है. Only thing you should remember is that follow one particular point in one particular आंसर और एनी पर्टिकुलर कॉन्टेक्स्ट. अगर आप ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश लिख रहे हैं तो पूरा टाइम उसी को फॉलो करें, एंड इफ यू आर राइटिंग अमेरिकन इंग्लिश प्लीज ट्राई टू फॉलो दैट. सो आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट कलर सिंबलिज्म. कलर सिंबलिज्म में क्या होता है? डिफरेंट कलर्स, अलग अलग जो रंग हैं, दे आर ट्रीटेड एज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ डिफरेंट इमोशंस और डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स. इवन सबसे इजी हम समझ सकते हैं अवर ट्राई कलर, हमारे देश की शान, अवर तिरंगा. उसके अंदर जब भी हम बात करते हैं देयर आर 3 कलर्स एंड ईच कलर स्टैंड्स फॉर समथिंग. हर कलर का अपना एक पर्टिकुलर कोड है, पर्टिकुलर मीनिंग है, और उसी मीनिंग को हम क्या बोलते हैं? सिंबल बोलते हैं. यू कैन ऑल्सो सी ड्यूरिंग आवर रिचुअल्स, जो हमारी पूजा पाठ होती है, ड्यूरिंग आवर सेरेमनीज, ड्यूरिंग आवर सेलिब्रेशंस, देयर आर पर्टिकुलर कलर कोड्स विच वी can or which we cannot use. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जनरली जो इंडियन हिंदू ट्रेडिशन है उसमें किसी भी ऑस्पिशियस पवित्र दिन पर ब्लैक कलर को हम थोड़ा सा कोशिश करते हैं कि वो ना यूज़ में आए. रेड कलर को हम काफ़ी ऑस्पिशियस मानते हैं. इसी तरह से Sarojini Naidu in this particular poem has used many colors to indicate different phases of life. ये थोड़ा सा लेंदी बैकग्राउंड समझाना जरूरी था. आफ्टर दिस पोएम बिकम्स क्वाइट एन ईजी एफर्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. वीवर्स weaving at break of day, why do you weave a garment so gay, blue as the wing of a halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Now The poem is divided into three stanzas, okay, and each stanza has four lines. हर stanza के अंदर चार lines हैं. The first two lines are the question by the speaker. Speaker एक question पूछता है, and the last two lines are the answer of weavers. Weavers जो है उसको reply देते हैं. So the first stanza, the speaker see them weaving at the break of day. Break of day का means क्या हो गया? It is phase of dawn. Morning का time है and they are at their weaving loom machine. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Gay means which has brightness, जिसके अंदर एक brightness होता है, जिसके अंदर एक vibrant color होता है. Now the reply of the weavers is no, sorry, it's I made a mistake here. Three lines basically represents the speaker and the last line is the reply of the weavers. Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild. Now halcyon is a bird. You can see this picture. This is halcyon. Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild. Now you can easily understand using this particular word as. In discussion में we have already discussed that when we make comparison with the help of as and like, it is called a simile. Simile is a sort of indirect comparison. Simile is a indirect comparison. Why it is indirect? Because we use adverbs like as and like. तीन जो stanza है, in all three stanzas the poet has used one simile, okay, to indicate the color. Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild. Now halcyon wild, एक और यहाँ interesting बात बताता हूँ मैं आपको. halcyon noun है, wild adjective है. नॉर्मली हम जानते हैं ऑर्डर क्या होता है, एडजेक्टिव कम्स बिफोर अ नाउन. और तो नॉर्मल ग्रामेटिकल ऑर्डर डिमांड करता है कि लिखा जाता ब्लू एज द विंग ऑफ अ वाइल्ड हेल्सियन. बट टू पर्पसेस आर सॉल्व्ड व्हेन वी शिफ्ट द एडजेक्टिव इन द एंड. पहला तो ये होता है कि राइम स्कीम को सेट करने के लिए. यू कैन सी राइम स्कीम डे एंड गे. सो A, wild and child, B, B. This is the common pattern of rhyme scheme in this particular poem. दूसरी बात ये होती है कि when we reverse the order, automatically our attention is drawn. हमारा ध्यान उस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर पे चला जाता है, बिकॉज नॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर को हम बहुत ऑटोमेटिकली परसीव कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा रिवर्स होते ही हमारा ध्यान उधर जाता है. सो द स्पीकर इज आस्किंग द वीवर्स दैट दे आर वीविंग अ वेरी ब्राइट कलर्ड गारमेंट एंड फॉर व्हाट पर्पस दिस गारमेंट इज बीइंग वोवन. तो रिप्लाई क्या है? We weave the robes of a newborn child. Here is the answer. The weavers are weaving a robe of a newborn child. Morning time, break of day, bright color, and is equal to newborn child. When we start our life, when a child begins his or her life, it is full of vibrant colors. So this is the first phase of life. Now in the second stanza, once again the speaker asks, weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright, like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Look at the similarities with the earlier stanza. First stanza, first thing is rhyme scheme, night, bright, green, queen. Second thing, three lines, first, second and third line, it presents speaker. The speaker is speaking and the last line is spoken by the weavers. Okay, and once again you can see first the speaker wants to know, it is at fall of night, it is, we can say, late evening, it is dusk time, and in according to the poem, it is time of celebration. Okay, so the poet, the speaker wants to know at this particular time what weaving is done by the weavers, because now they are weaving something bright which is comparable, which is like plumes of a peacock. Now plumes of a peacock, we all are very much aware, हम सब जानते हैं, एक तो it has brightness, then again once again it is very colorful, and it presents the vibrancy of life, purple and green. So what is the answer of the weavers? We weave the marriage veils of a queen. Marriage veils, marriage garment कह सकते हैं. So once again, from birth, first phase, now we are towards the second phase, that is the young age, mature age, adult age, and it begins. देखिए, इसको हम हमारे संस्कृत के स्टूडेंट्स आसानी से समझ सकते हैं. ये जो फर्स्ट फेज था, it is, we can easily, brahmacharya ashram, then it is grahast ashram. Okay, with the marriage we enters into the second phase, the young phase, the adult phase of our life, and ये phase बताने के लिए the weavers are using once again a very bright color cloth. We move to the third stanza, the last stanza. Weavers weaving solemn and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. With this, the story of life, the cycle of life comes to an end. It is weaving solemn and still. There are two devices. First thing, you can now remember this thing, it is repetition of sound and repetition of sound v. So it is alliteration. Continuously in this poem she has used alliteration, then she is repeating almost the same thing. Okay, solemn also means in very somber mood, in very serious mood, still without any movement, without any disturbance. What do you weave in the moonlight chill? So it is deep night, it is midnight, it is late night, and there is only moonlight. White, and also look at this chill. Chill is very important word because it is associated once again with death. Death has a chilling effect. Chill means which produce the effect of cold. Okay, white as a feather and white as a cloud. Once again we can see a difference in the pattern. वहाँ जो previous two stanzas she has used one simile. Here it is, color is one, white, but she compares this color with two things, feather and cloud. थोड़ा सा डीप अगर हम समझें तो once again you can understand. पहली दोनों जो similes थी, she compared it with living beings, halcyon bird, peacock bird, very much alive things. लेकिन यहाँ पर जो simile है, चाहे feather हो चाहे cloud हो, it is non living being. Once again they are insubstantial. Insubstantial का मतलब है अभी है cloud, अभी नहीं है. feather बिल्कुल लाइट वेट है, एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है. यहाँ पर लगातार हिंट हमें मिल रहे हैं कि what is being made, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. This is the last time a person, a living being wear a cloth. उसके बाद उसकी लाइफ में कभी हमें गारमेंट की, वीवर्स की जरूरत नहीं होती. सो and it is always of white color. White, which is color of simplicity, which is color which is without any dramatic effect, without any pleasure, pain, happiness, loss, something. There is nothing in the white. So basically death ends all the drama of life. Life में जो भी drama चल रहा है, that ends with death. So these three stanzas basically presents journey of human being from birth to death. So, dear students, we can say the Indian Weavers is a symbolic poem. And now, what is a symbolic work? In which an idea or thought is presented with the help of some other thing. I have already discussed in the beginning how a symbol works. We easily understand some very basic symbols like day stands for life, night stands for death. Similarly, there are symbols related with colors. Sarojini ji has used some very common Indian symbols. That is why people easily understand and enjoy her poetry, because her symbols are not very difficult. They are not Western. They are our own symbols to describe the journey of human beings on this earth. On the surface level, she is addressing weavers, but on the symbolical level, the weavers stand for fate or even for the Almighty God. Now, here I must interrupt to tell you that in our Indian tradition we say that भाग्य में हमेशा सब कुछ क्या होता है, हमारा भाग्य जिसको हम यूज़ करते हैं मेटाफर, बुना हुआ होता है, या एक और सिंपल यूज करते हैं, भाग्य लिखा हुआ होता है, और ईश्वर को भाग्य विधाता भी कहा जाता है, ऑलमाइटी गॉड। वो वहाँ पर बैठा हुआ लगातार हमारे फेट के अंदर चेंजेस करता रहता है। जस्ट लाइक वीवर्स जो हैं वो अपनी जब वीविंग करते हैं, दे यूज डिफरेंट शेड्स, डिफरेंट कलर्स। सिमिलरली गॉड इज एबल टू कंट्रोल आवर लाइफ, नेविगेट आवर लाइफ, who designs and regulates our life. Similarly, the three stanzas of the poem describing three parts of a day represents three phases of human life. And to add more symbolic value, the poet uses different colors to show different activities in the life cycle of a human being. Now, each stanza follows a similar pattern. We have already seen this. The speaker asks the weavers about their work, and the weavers answer back. In the first stanza, the speaker asks that at the very time of dawn, what they are weaving with bright colors. The colors are as bright as the wings of a halcyon bird. The weavers reply that they are weaving the clothes of a newborn baby. It is easy to understand that as the dawn is the beginning of a day, it is full of brightness and freshness. The weavers are also weaving the clothes in vibrant colors for a newborn baby. In the second stanza, it is the evening time and the night is approaching. It is time of celebration. The speaker asks the weavers once again that for what purpose they are weaving a garment of such dazzling colors. The weavers answer that they are weaving the marriage garment of a princess, and that is why it is of such vibrant hues as the tail of a peacock. Now, hues is a synonym for color. Once again, the symbols are easy to understand. The time of the evening is very ऑस्पिशियस कह सकते हैं हम, एंड हिंदी में अगर आप इसको समझना चाहें, शुभ जिसको अपन बोलते हैं, हैविंग एसोसिएशन विद गुड. एंड मैरिज सेरेमनी इज द बिगनिंग ऑफ वंस एडल्ट लाइफ विच इज फुल ऑफ कलर्स. In the third and concluding stanza, the time is that of the night. All the activities of a day are over, and there is complete silent atmosphere all around. Once again, complete silence. Death is once again shown, presented through this silence. However, the weavers are still working at their loom. Loom is the machine on which they weave. And when the speaker asks them what they are weaving at this time of the night, they reply that they are now weaving a shroud for a dead man. The night is always linked with death, and the color of shroud is white, which represents the plain truth without any festivity, joy, and happiness. In this manner, the poet presents our brief journey on this earth, in which we all experience various shades of joy and grief according to our stage of life. The poet also hints that our life begins and sees, but the Almighty works non-stop. We can see that weavers are still weaving when the person has died. The poet has very aptly made use of similes in each stanza to make her ideas more clear and to add symbolical value to each image she presents. So friends, these are some notes which you can use in your examination, but I would prefer try to write your own ideas about this poem, what you have understand, what you think the message of the poet is. Try to write in your own language. Thank you, dear friends.